going on, Jets fans? Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we have a major update on this guy right here, Aaron Glenn, becoming the next head coach for the New York Jets. Could the Lions defensive coordinator take over that job this offseason? Well, we're going to break it down on today's show, but this is a major update, and this is why you guys subscribe, because if we get any more news, any more information around who could be the next Jets head coach, I got a video for you guys ASAP. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're trying to hit 2,000 subs here on the channel, so if you guys could, hit that subscribe button, lock us in. Do not miss anything around the New York Jets. All right, let's dive into the report coming in from Justin Tasch of the New York Post saying, Glenn has told people the Jets are his first choice if he were to be offered a head coaching position. Now, this is big-time news because all the reports we have been hearing dating back to November and even October is that Aaron Glenn wants to be the next Saints head coach, and Josina Anderson put out over the weekend it will be the Jets and Saints battling it out for Aaron Glenn. But after this report, it's looking like if the Jets offer him the job, he will take that. I think that would be a great call because he has done a fantastic job this season with the Lions defense. Now, the numbers are fantastic, but the icing on the cake of this is that all the injuries that the Lions have had defensively. I mean, they have double-digit defenders on injured reserve, including big names like Aleem McNeil, Carlton Davis, Aiden Hutchinson, and he was still able to coach one of the better defenses in the National Football League. 7th in points per game, 1st in third down percentage, 5th against the run. They have been one of the best units in the league. Now, yes, they have taken a step back over the last couple of weeks, but then they bounced back in Week 18 versus the Vikings, doing a number on Kevin O'Connell, Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson, and that offense. But we even got more juice here. Adam Schefter said yesterday that Aaron Glenn is the only coach to be considered high up in the Jets' mind. So it looks like the Jets have Aaron Glenn high up on their list, and it looks like Aaron Glenn, if he gets offered the job, he will take it to be the next head coach of New York. But more on Glenn here. So if you guys remember, Aaron Glenn, actually former first-round pick of the New York Jets, the 12th overall selection in 1994. He played in 121 games with the green and white from 1994 to 2001. And he actually has 24 interceptions, which is tied for 4th in franchise history. And actually 3 of those 24 interceptions went to the house. So I'm sure he wants to get back, wearing that green and white uniform, coaching the New York Jets on the sideline. I think this would be a great move, but also probably one of the biggest names in New York, Boomer Esiason, said, what I understand about this Jet hiring cycle right now is that Woody's making the decision. Woody, he's trying to find the match made in heaven, I guess. Woody is getting closer to making a decision, and if I had to guess right now, it would be Aaron Glenn. And Boomer, I completely agree with you. If I had to make a guess who the Jets hire as their next head coach, it would be Aaron Glenn. And I would love this move for a multitude of different reasons. Because one, Aaron Glenn, elite defensive mind, and with the Jets having 2 blue chippers on that side of the field with Quinnen Williams and Sauce Gardner, I think he'd get the most out of them, turn this Jets defense hopefully into a top 7 unit, if not a top 5 unit in the National Football League next season. And I also think he would be a great culture setter. Being around Dan Campbell, and the Lions have one of the best coaches in the National Football League, but I think hopefully that will rub off on him, and if he can bring some of that energy, bring some of that kind of alpha mentality that Dan Campbell has with the Lions to the New York Jets, I think it would be great. But the backup option is another defensive coordinator in the NFC North. It's going to be Brian Flores, and I think the Jets are going to go full in on Aaron Glenn, but let's just say he throws them a curveball at the last second. He says, hey, I'm going to the New Orleans Saints. Then I think the Jets will focus their attention to Brian Flores, and Flo is actually set to interview with the Jets Friday or Saturday. So once we get a new update on that, we'll have a video for you guys, breaking down that. But I fully expect Aaron Glenn to be the hire for the New York Jets. But you guys let me know, what are your thoughts? Would you hire Aaron Glenn? Give me a Y for yes, or give me an N for no down below in the comments section. Sound off down there. This would be the pinned comment on today's show. So I'm going to hear your thoughts if you would hire Aaron Glenn to be the next Jets head coach. I just realized this. We have a 3rd defensive coordinator in the NFC North set to interview with the New York Jets, and it's actually Jeff Hafley. This was tweeted out by Albert Breer yesterday, saying per source, the Jets have requested to interview Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley for their head coach job. The Jersey native has 4 years of head coaching experience at Boston College and led a top 5 unit this year, looks like that one happens end of this week. And, Bree, you're right. The Packers defense completely turned around this past season. They're one of the better groups in the league. And this past wild card weekend against the Eagles, I thought Hafley did a great job, man. He really, had Hurts struggling for big portions of that game. Did the best he could on Saquon Barkley and that Eagles rushing attack, which was one of the best in the National Football League. But hey, 7th in sacks, 4th in stopping the run, 5th in yards per game, and 6th in points per game. Truly one of the most complete defenses in the National Football League this past season. So if Jeff Hafley, maybe he's their third option, and I think it's kind of funny that you have 3 defensive coordinators in NFC North. Aaron Glenn, number 1, Ryan Flores, number 2, and then Jeff Hafley, number 3 for New York. But more on Hafley here. So he actually started as a DB's coach back in Cleveland with the Browns from 2014 to 2015. Then he went to San Francisco to be their DB coach from 2016 to 2018. Went to Ohio State then in 2019. And then Boston College hired him to be the head coach from 2020 to 2023, and currently he is the Packers defensive coordinator. So, his specialty is coaching up those DBs, getting the most out of them. And, the one guy I was thinking about in terms of Jeff Hafley becoming the next Jets head coach, I mean, imagine him with Sauce Gardner. I guarantee you Sauce would rip off multiple all-pro seasons in a row. If that is the hire, he would get the most out of him. And especially if you're going to lose DJ Reed in free agency and you're going to have a lot of young corners hoping to develop within this organization. Honestly, out of Flores, Glenn, and Hafley, the one guy I would want to develop those 3, to develop the young corners, would be Hafley, just because he's got the most experience on that side of the football. But again, I still think it's going to be Glenn. But let's just say Glenn goes to New Orleans, Flores, goes to the Raiders or something like that. Then I think they would shift their attention to Jeff Hafley becoming the next head coach of the New York Jets. But that's going to do it on today's show. If you guys made it to the end of our video today, I want to know where all the real ones are at. So comment real one down below in the comment section. I'll show you guys some extra love. But, really want to say thank you for the support on the channel as of late. You guys have been crushing it, hitting that thumbs up icon, liking the video, but also make sure you guys are subscribed. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Right now, we are at 1,169. So if we could somehow hit 2K by the end of the month, that would be fantastic. So hit that subscribe button, lock us in, stay up to date around everything you need to know around the New York Jets. And again, just really appreciate for all the real ones tuning in. But again, my best guess on who becomes the next Jets head coach, it's going to be Aaron Glenn. But we'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.